and Motorsports. Last fall, it was Hal Goodson's Ford doing the victory dance and clinching the Slim Jim All-Pro Championship. This year, it's a wide-open field. Here at Nashville last October, it was Jeff Purvis's turn to drive into victory lane. Who will it be to go for the guitar in Nashville today? TNN presents live coverage of the Slim Jim All-Pro 200 from Nashville Speedway, USA in Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Well, the winner of every Nashville race gets a brand new Gibson guitar, and today the winner may be the weatherman. We've been dodging scattered showers here all day. Had one that just came through here about 15 minutes ago and lasted about 2 minutes, but pelted the speedway with rain. Nonetheless, the track is dry. We're ready to go racing. We hope you are too. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Nashville. I'm Mike Joy. Nashville is one of the nation's busiest and most venerable short tracks. And this spring, for the first time in 23 years, it got a new coat of asphalt. It's a brand new track surface, and the track records in both divisions here have fallen. And Buddy Baker, anytime you have a new race surface, you have a new challenge for all these drivers.
Well, Mike, what they have a problem with right now is they practice on the low part of the racetrack. There is no second groove. So they're going to have to be really careful in their early going to the race and move the groove up as they make it through the race here.
So getting used to this new surface and tire management will be key. And a fellow who does that well here drove to victory lane and got a guitar last March. Randy Pemberton's with him.
Well, that's Scott Hansen. He'll be starting 6th today in the Wisconsin Aviation Chevrolet. Yes, he's great with tire management. At least he hopes so today. What about it, Scott? Brand new racetrack. How are you going to be today?
Well, I hope we can do just what you said, is save the tires. We did not get a chance to scuff the tires at all. So we just have to race the racetrack first and see what it's going to do, and then, just like I said, try and keep the tires under the car.
Okay, good luck this afternoon. Mike, he should be a threat without a doubt. He'll start 6th.
Thanks, Randy. He's always tough here at Nashville. But, Buddy, again, with a new surface, you come in here, does everybody have an equal shot? Because the track is new to the veterans and the rookies alike.
Well, for one time, it is equal for everybody, I think. The rookies right now, they have just as good a chance of getting their car working as the guys that have a lot of track knowledge here. So we're going to see a great race today. I hope the weather stays under us.
Well, then are you surprised that a driver who had never seen this racetrack is on the pole?
Well, not really, because his father is pretty well known in the modified division for building great motors, and look for good things out of Mr. Hutter.
Yep, that's what happened. A driver who'd never before seen this racetrack came in here and put his car on the pole. Randy's with him.
Well, you've heard a lot about motors being important even here at Nashville. This kid has had a hand in actually building the power plant that sits under the hood. His dad is a perfect great engine builder, I should say, for the Busch Series. Won 2 poles as well as a race this year. What about it? How's the power plant under there?
Oh, the motor's great. Motor's great. Car's great. Everything's. I couldn't ask for a better car, a better motor. The crew's worked real hard all winter, and we're really looking forward to this one.
What about your experience level, Matt? Can you run up front all day, or do you need to take a few lessons?
You know, I believe we can run up front. We got a great car here. You know, I've been running these cars a few years now, and you know, we're here and we plan to give it the best shot we can.
Okay, he's going to be fun to watch here this afternoon. Mike?
Matt Hutter, 24 years old, on the pole. Got some advice from Mike McLaughlin about running this racetrack a little earlier in the day. And scattered throughout this field are the best of the All-Pro Series, Hooters Cup Series, and ASA drivers, and one Winston Cup driver. Bobby Hamilton comes in here for a little Tennessee homecoming.
Boy, Bobby Hamilton, when they introduced him, the whole crowd stood up and cheered. What a crowd favorite he is, and look for good things out of him today also.
But still, Buddy, I think this is just anybody's show with a brand new racetrack. I couldn't pick a winner out of this field.
I don't think you can, because track knowledge means absolutely nothing. It's the people that have their car working the best, and being here 100 times wouldn't mean a thing because it's a new surface.
Well, there are several hometown heroes here. Let's meet one. Here's Randy.
Well, Bobby Hamilton is certainly the man. He got the biggest ovation when he crossed the stage. Bobby feels pretty good coming home, doesn't it?
It really does, Randy. You know, Jeremy Mayfield tested this car for me Thursday. I got 5 laps in it, counting qualifying yesterday. So cars drove real good when they qualified, so we're going to see how it goes today. Try to stay out of trouble and hope the second groove comes in, but this place is really fast.
Okay, good luck this afternoon,
Thanks,
Bobby.
sir.
Well, we're dodging raindrops, but the track is dry, and we're just about ready to fire off the field and get going here at Nashville. Glad you could join us today for our live coverage on TNN. Stay with us from Nashville Speedway, USA. We'll be right back with the starting lineup.
If I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it.
If I wasn't here, I wouldn't have believed it.
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it.
These people just witnessed an amazing demonstration. We put this Duraloop treated engine through the ultimate torture test. We drained all the oil, all the water, then flooded it with a fire hose. It kept on running because Duraloop protects your engine like no other product can.
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it myself.
Now, let Duraloop make a believer out of you. Duraloop, peace of mind in a bottle.
When I punch the clock, I'm a working machine. I got boots that do the job, got my Wolverines. Lay a span of bridge, make that molten steel pour. I can build a better country and keep coming back for more. I can work like hell with my hands and my tools, cause I feel like heaven in my Wolverine boots. Wolverine DuraShock, guaranteed comfort or your money back. Work like hell, feel like heaven. Wolverine DuraShock, made in the USA.
Rough roads, sharp curves. To keep a firm grip on roads like this depends upon your shock absorbers. Look, with a worn-out shock absorber, the wheel leaves the road. But with a new Monroe SensaTrack shock absorber, your tire holds the road. With Monroe SensaTrack, even the most demanding road feels safer. Monroe SensaTrack, making the road a safer place. Have your shocks checked every 12,000 miles just to be safe.
Commercial transportation for today's broadcast has been provided by Ryder, the official transportation company for Opryland. Darkening skies, we're about set to get this one underway and get started here at Nashville Speedway, USA. Now, way back, we had a lot of surprises in qualifying, but a couple of the front runners today we think will come out of that 8th row. That's where Randy is right now.
It's Rick Crawford and Eddie Mercer. Crawford is starting on the inside of the 8th row. He won the race, the first race of the season at Volusia. What about it here today? Are you ready to go?
The Circle Bar Motel and RV Park Ford is tuned in. I think we early draw in qualifying, put us out on the track a little too early, and then as time went on, the car started picking up due to the shade. But like I say, thanks to Hogan Lumber Company and all the guys back at home in Georgia, and I'd like to say hello to Adam in Mobile. We're in good shape.
You concur with everybody else that tire management is going to be critical here today?
Yes and no. We're here live on television, so we won't have a good day all day long, but yeah, in a way, there's got to be a point in the race where you got to save tires where you have something left at the end.
Okay, good luck this afternoon. On the outside of him, Eddie Mercer. He's been on the front row several times here at Nashville. Should also be a threat. We'll get his thoughts. What about it, Eddie? You're sitting next to a champ over here as well. You going to follow him up through, or is he going to follow you?
I'd be happy following Ricky. We've raced a lot of years together, and Ricky's a good racer, and I'd be comfortable following him.
We're talking a lot about tire management and so forth. How do you feel? Comfortable with everything you got underneath the car?
Pretty good. Mother Nature, you know, didn't cooperate that well. We didn't get that much practice, so we're a little off, but we worked on it. Went back to our notes, and the new pavement throws us a curve, but we think we're ready.
Okay, good luck this afternoon. They'll have a few pit stops to work on the car. Mike?
Well, a new surface means stiffer springs, softer shocks, and a few setup changes, but it should mean some great racing. We'll be right back.
Enter the Performance Zone with Split Fire Performance V spark plugs.
You get your passing gear, you're gone.
The difference in gas mileage has been fantastic.
Split Fire Performance V spark plugs mean better performance, more horsepower, and better mileage. So say the experts and the people who use them.
They're the best plugs I ever put in my car.
Enter the Performance Zone only with Split Fire Performance V's, guaranteed.
It's time to play True Vacation. Okay, Peggy, you ready? Go! 5 correct answers wins. True or false? Mississippi has 26 miles of beach.
True!
Yes! Mississippi is full of historic Civil War battlefields.
That's true.
Clunkers have taken Mississippi by storm.
True.
Come on, Peggy. Mississippi has more Las Vegas-style fun than anywhere but Las Vegas.
True.
Mississippi's famous for its antebellum home.
That's true.
Mississippi's the birthplace of Elvis and the blues.
True. No false.
Almost. In Mississippi, live crawfish are sometimes worn as jewelry.
True.
Okay, Peggy. 1 more to win. Last question. Anyone can get a free Mississippi travel planner by calling 1-800-WARMEST. Take your time.
Oh, guys.
2 seconds.
True.
Yes, true. Anyone can get a free Mississippi travel planner by calling 1-800-WARMEST. Congratulations, you won a true vacation to Mississippi. Bye, everybody.
They fired the engines and the field rolls out for the first of 4 pace laps here at Nashville. On the pole for the Slim Jim All-Pro 200, Matt Hutter, 24-year-old rookie in his first All-Pro start, and Tony Walls has his second straight front row start here at Nashville. Row number 2, Steve Allison, Bobby's 29-year-old nephew, best start ever for him, and Scott Sutherland looking for his first win since the '93 season. Row number 3, John Crow from California, second Nashville start for the 26-year-old and defending champion Scott Hansen. Row number 4, Toby Porter, 4-time winner in All-Pro competition, and Mike Garvey, the former track record holder who won here October '93. Row number 5, Jeff Fultz, 27-year-old newcomer from Ohio, and Bobby Hamilton, the 2-time track champion here at Nashville, returns to his racing roots. Row number 6, Matt Kenseth ran 3rd in last year's 200 lapper here, and Hal Goodson, last year's All-Pro Series national champion. Row number 7, second-generation racer Wayne Anderson from Florida, finished 5th here last fall, and Andy Kirby, the 1994 Nashville Speedway champion. There's that 8th row with Rick Crawford, winner of the All-Pro opener in Florida, and Eddie Mercer, who has 2 top 10 finishes here. Row 9, Darrell Sage has over a dozen late model wins on this track, and Mike Cope, the '94 All-Pro champ. Row number 10 is Ron Young, twice a runner-up here at Nashville, and Conrad Burrs Chevrolet. Bill Alsop III, they call him Nipper. His dad, a former IndyCar driver, makes his Nashville debut. And Mark Day, the local track star from nearby Clarksville, Tennessee. Row 12, Derek Gilchrist, the 18-year-old from Raleigh, North Carolina. And Steve Christian, who was runner-up at Volusia County in the series opener last month. Row 13, Scott Walters, who ran 8th in last year's Slim Jim 200. He shares that row with Carl Long Chevrolet. Row 14, Kevin Evans in the number 84 Chevy, and the 46-year-old veteran from Kentucky, Bill Baird, number 62. Joe Knott in number 48 is a 23-year-old driver coming out of ASA, and Chad Chapin, the 1993 Nashville Speedway champion. Skip Panel, number 40, in the 16th row with the 37-year-old from Pensacola, Florida, Scott Carlson. Row 17, Chuck Winters is the oldest driver in the field at 48. Michael Green Chevrolet is there as well. The 18th row, series regular Robert Burrows in a Chevy, and Tammy Jo Kirk carrying our in-car cameras here today. Row 19, George Ingole in a Chevy makes his 7th All-Pro appearance at Nashville. Brad Payne, 27 years old, out of Kentucky. Row number 20, Wayne Willard won an All-Pro race at Gainesville, Georgia last year, and Keith White in the number 26 Chevrolet. Tammy Jo Kirk will be carrying our in-car cameras on TNN today. There's a 360-degree race fan, and there's a number you can join her fan club. They hope to raise some funds to get her into a Busch Grand National car. There's the roof cam, and out the passenger side window of her Monte Carlo. A couple of cars had trouble starting for this event, Randy.
Yeah, Tony Walls, outside pole sitter, couldn't get the car in gear. The engine was fired fine, but they worked on it on pit road. He finally rolled off as the field went by, did not lose a lap. As well as Darrell Sage, they had to go under the hood of his automobile, do a little tweaking there. That car would not fire at all. It finally did. Quickly on tire management, we talked about that earlier. The reason we're talking tire management is these guys only get 10 tires here today. 4 of them are already on the car. Now, they can use tires on any position of the car that they want. They can put them anywhere they want, but they only get 6 behind pit walls. So we'll just have to see who uses them and who uses them the best.
And, Buddy, unlike Winston Cup and Busch racing, oftentimes these drivers, instead of changing rights or lefts,
well, what they do is a lot of times they'll just put 2 on the rear. If they need a lot of forward bite coming out of the corner, they'll just change the rear tires instead of the right side or left side.
So we're set for the second race of 1996 for the Slim Jim All-Pro Series. Volusia County Speedway in Barberville, Florida had the opener. Here we are at Nashville for race 2. 200 laps is the distance. On this track, nearly 6/10 of a mile. Race record set a year ago. If we don't have a lot of cautions, that could fall. as they're running far faster than Mike Garvey's track record set a year ago. In today's field, 33 Chevrolets, 5 Fords, 1 Pontiac, and 1 Oldsmobile. Nearly 30 drivers went home. That's how big a field they had here.
They had 62 cars show up here, and boy, I tell you, when you just take 40 cars out of the 60-car field, a lot of people go home disappointed.
Just making this show was quite an accomplishment. Field bunches up in turn number 3. We're about to go green for 200 laps live on TNN today. 24-year-old Matt Hutter brings them around. Green flag. And there's one groove, remember, and Hutter has it down on the bottom of the racetrack. There's about to be 2 grooves.
Well, Mike, they'll make it through pretty well on this first lap. Just as I said that, we have a little bit of contact between cars there coming off turn 2, but everybody made it through.
Brushing the wall was Toby Porter in that black number 44.
We have trouble in turn 3.
Eric Gilchrist, number 83, brings caution out on the very first lap. Well, that didn't take long.
Well, Mike, it went down in the corner there. There's a group of cars there, and if you're in the wrong place and make any contact at all, around you go.
Gilchrist in the Tar Heel wood treating Chevy out of Raleigh, North Carolina, 18 years old. He brings out the first caution. And quickly they'll get realigned for the restart. Well, he's got trouble with the right front.
See the right front wheel there moving back and forth. That means that the steering arm or something's broke on that car. He's having a lot of trouble keeping the wheel up under it, or either broke, maybe he had an A-frame problem.
It'll be a brief caution. 200 laps the distance, so just past halfway would make this an official race. And with these thunderstorms in the area, NASCAR wants to get this one going and get it in. Buddy, a lot of the drivers seem to like the new surface. They said it's really fast, but too, a lot of them were just concerned about how you would pass on this track, especially in the early going.
Well, you know, when you put them out there and they run around the base of the racetrack to practice all the time like they've done all week, when you get up in that second lane, as we said earlier, it's very slick up there, so they're going to have to be careful.
Jay Guineri, who works on Jeff Fuller's Busch car, and the Busch cars run here live on TNN tomorrow, was crew chief for Billy Bigley, one of the series regulars and standouts, who is not here today. We want to say hi to Billy, who is home as his son Dylan underwent surgery yesterday. So Billy's taking care of family matters and is not here with us in Nashville, and we want to wish Dylan a speedy recovery and hope Billy's back on the circuit soon.
Absolutely.
1 lap completed to the caution, so we're working the 4th lap now. Restart next time by. Tony Walls from the outside pole has taken the lead from Matt Hutter, number 99. As we get set for the restart, there's a look at Scott Hansen as we look forward in the field. There's Walls, number 81, out of Albertville, Alabama.
Boy, he loves this Ford. He does not have a sponsor on that car, so you guys that are out there that have a little loose change, he can use it.
Walls would like to run the entire All-Pro season, but cannot right now because he is unsponsored, his own business. He sponsors that black car that is out front as we take the restart. That's Hal Goodson on the outside in that bright orange Hooterade car. The series champion trying to gain a couple of spots here in the early going. He's working against number 30, Jeff Fultz.
Well, one thing that you see there is Hal Goodson made a full lap in that second lane, so he's sticking pretty well. These cars are only 2,800 pounds, Mike, so they stick a little bit better than the Busch cars, but have to weigh quite a bit more.
Bottom of the racetrack, Scott Hansen carrying number 58 today, and the 2, Steve Allison, gets into a bump there. A little bump and run with number 23, the yellow car of Scott Sutherland. Front 3 cars beginning to take off now. That's Tony Walls, the black car 81. The blue silver numeral 99 is Matt Hutter, the pole sitter.
You see Matt Hutter's car a little bit stronger right in the center part of the corner, but look at Scott Hansen there in 3rd place, moving in on the front 2 cars.
Walls on the left side of your screen. Hutter on the right. Now, Matt Hutter is new to this series, the driver in that blue car. He runs the IC series up in Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana. And there's Hansen in third place, defending champion of this race.
Yeah, the 53 car you were on right there in third place. You watch how good he works that car through the corner. He never gets himself in trouble. We have trouble in turn 2.
Tammy Jo Kirk got really loose, did not lose the car, saved it, kept going. And is back up to speed, no caution. 10 laps complete this time by. Tony Walls already beginning to lap slower cars. One car in trouble way up high in turn 2, Chuck Winders, number 9.
Yeah, Chuck Winders has got problems on the right side of the car. He's got a lot of sparks coming out of it. He's got real problems. We have another car smoking.
Show you what happened to Tammy Jo Kirk's car, and now caution is coming out for a slow car in the back straightaway. Bottom of your screen.
Oh boy, I don't know. I don't know whether there's contact getting in the corner or not, but she did a great job right there to get that car back straight.
So we are under caution for the second time today here at Nashville Speedway, USA. The Slim Jim All-Pro 200. We'll be right back.
I'm Jack Hanna. Join me on Zoo Life to learn more about the animals of the world. Have you ever had a cuss on your head?
It's funny. It's full of fascinating facts. It's Zoo Life with Jack Hanna from Time Life. Zoo Life is a just-for-kids guided video tour to all sorts of animals. Your kids will travel to remote natural habitats and everywhere else animals live. They'll go behind the scenes, starting with your first specially priced Zoo Life video, Talking with the Animals. It's only $4.99.
What's this?
Where else would you meet a parrot this smart?
Truck.
And if you order by credit card now, you'll get animal bloopers free. You're gonna see some of the funniest moments from Jack's travels around the world. Get ready to learn and laugh with Zoo Life.
I'm out of here.
To order your Talking with the Animals, call 1-800-308-3900 or send $4.99 plus $3.49 shipping and handling. Use your credit card and receive the Animal Bloopers video cassette free. Call now or send check or money order to the address on your screen.
Welcome back to Nashville Speedway. Caution is out for the second time. The 0 of Steve Christian. A lot of smoke erupted from that car in the back straightaway. That's the reason for this second caution flag. Pit stop for Scott Sutherland. You see on the right side of your screen there. And we're going to have an extra lap or two of caution while a little oil dry goes down here along the front straightaway.
Mike, you can see it just as they're starting to put the oil dry down. You see this slick-looking part right on the bottom part of the racetrack here. You'll see the oil dry going across there right now. That's where the engine erupted.
So Steve Christian out of Sugar Hill, Georgia, maybe out for the day. There you see the wrecker pushing him along. The Bell South Mobility Chevrolet.
These fiberglass bodies don't push very well. You can see it broke the quarter panel there where they're pushing him in.
Down 411. He may need to dial 911 to get some help with that engine. Here after the pit stop is Scott Sutherland coming back out after a quick adjustment. And it looks like in a couple of laps we'll be ready for the restart. So let's take a break from Nashville Speedway and come right back with Green Flag Racing.
The Statler Brothers, tonight on TNN.
You know what I hate? Pain. That's why I love Aspercream. And now I love Aspercream even more. You know why? It's got aloe to soothe my skin. When I get minor muscle aches, I just rub an Aspercream right where it hurts. I get fast relief and it lasts for hours. Lucky for me, Aspercream is odor-free. You think I want to smell like a medicine chest? Hey, next time you have pain, try Aspercream with aloe. Why live with pain? You're going to love it. Aspercream does not contain aspirin.
If you're a big country music fan, you want to know who's hot. It's easy when you know where to turn. Country Music Television's Top 12 Countdown is your chance to see who's on top of the charts and who's coming on strong. Turn on to the Top 12 Countdown, Saturdays at 11, Sundays at 2. Turn on to country. Turn on to genuine CMT. Country Music Television.
The Wild Horse Saloon in downtown Nashville. Very popular spot, as you can see. You go in there for some dance lessons and a dose of country music, live, recorded, whatever. It's a fun place.
It is that.
Let's go to the pits. Here's Randy.
Well, it appeared a blown engine as he went down the front stretch, but if you saw him come out of turn 4, you know it wasn't the case. Steve, what happened?
I wish I could use that as an excuse, but it wasn't. I honestly just a little over-aggressive, I guess, early in the race, trying to get up the front as quick as we could, slipped up and got into the wall. I hate it for Bell South and wanted to have a good show for them today, but we'll get them next time in Louisville.
Okay, Steve Kristen out of it today.
Thanks, Randy. Well, light's still on the safety car. We'll get at least one more lap here before we go back to green.
Mike, it may not have been him, but they put a lot of oil dry down on the front straightaway for somebody there.
Getting it cleaned up now. Another stop for Scott Sutherland. Has word with the official at the end of pit lane and heads back in line. See if we get one to go this time by. From the drop of the green, Matt Hutter from the pole. Drop back to the second slot, Tony Walls. Out of Albertville, Alabama, his own company, Walls Accessories. Walls Tires is the sponsor. And the starter motioning them to try to run through that speedy dry, get a little of that cleaned off, so then we can go back to green flag racing. Immediately following our broadcast on TNN, Ned Jarrett hosts Inside NASCAR. He can fill you in on all the latest NASCAR news. That show expanded to 1 hour in length. Get you caught up on all the news. How about that helmet, buddy? Look.
You know, that's the one thing. They have better helmets than we used to have, for sure. That's really nice. These guys send these things off to people that do that for a living. That's all they do is design helmets for people.
You're inside Tammy Jo Kirk's car. She'd like to compete a full Busch Grand National scheduled in 1997. Get a team going toward the end of this season to do just that. That is the phone number for their fan club. They're hoping to raise the funds to get her in a Busch Grand National ride.
You know, Mike, the one thing you have to say about Tammy Jo is she's for real. She won the Snowball Derby. I mean, she's a very aggressive race car driver.
Yep. That's a good job. Here's a look at your top 10. Al Goodson made a move from midfield. There's Mike Garvey, who was the track record holder going into this weekend. And a little more speedy dry going down along the front straightaway now. 16 laps on the board. Let's get an update on the multiple pit stops from Scott Sutherland. Randy?
Well, Scott, from the driver's seat, complained of his car smoking. He radioed the crew, said the car is smoking, so I'm going to bring it into your attention. He brought it in. They can't find anything wrong with it. So he came down, sat at the end of pit road, waited for the field to go by, and rejoined the race. So he's just going to have to wait and see if it continues to smoke when we get under green.
Sutherland out of Jefferson, Georgia. Starter has the green flag in hand, so we'll get one to go this time by. Ready to go back to racing at 16 laps is the number 4 of Ron Young, and 07 is Mark Day. So we get set to go green, and right with them, that blue car, Eddie Mercer, 72. Lap car to the inside there is Keith White, number 26, the Bear Ashford car. But the man in the front of the field, Tony Walls, hopes to run this whole season if he can get some backing to do so.
Mike, you see him weaving the cars back and forth there, trying to get all the excess rubber and dirt that they build up on these tires running around here slow. They're hot and they're almost like a sponge picking up stuff, so when you go around, it's very important to clean your tires.
Mike Cope told us earlier the average car in this series, dry, weighs 2,350 pounds. They add some 200-odd pounds of lead and the driver, so 2,800 pounds with the driver and a full load of fuel. So these are really lightweight race cars when they roll off the truck.
Here comes a pace car off the racetrack, so they're going to drop the green flag when they come by here, it looks like.
18 laps complete. Tony Walls leads them down to the green. the newly repaved 6/10 mile Nashville Speedway. Getting its first workout here.
Here comes Scott Hansen in the 53 trying to take second spot. He's down in that low lane there. I think he'll probably get it as they go back into turn 1.
But look at the power Matt Hutter has.
Now that's the kind of car I always like, those that handle well down the straightaway.
But Hansen has the preferred groove, the one, as Buddy said, everybody's been practicing in. Here comes Steve Allison in that white number 2. And John Crow in the Red Dog 38. They're going to leave Matt Hutter hung out to dry. Way up the racetrack goes Hutter. Here comes Bobby Hamilton in that red 43. Hutter still can't drop in line.
Boy, he wants back in the groove down on the bottom. You can see how much slower it is in that second lane right now. Look at Scott Hansen there going for the lead into turn 1, Mike.
Hansen saw a few raindrops on the windshield, figured he wouldn't waste any time. Tony Walls in black, Scott Hansen in white. Maybe not that time.
No, he did. Walls just drove it in there about 3 car lengths deeper than he's done all week and got by Hansen. He got the lead back.
And Buddy, at the turn 3 and 4 end of the racetrack, the groove is moving up a little. At least the groove that Tony Walls is running. Trouble in turn 2. A car spins hard into the wall. Darrell Sage. And he had help. There were actually 3 cars embroiled in it as they went down into turn number 1. And once Sage got turned around, there was no saving it. And a quick, hard trip to the wall for the Murfreesboro, Tennessee native. He's a longtime runner here at the Speedway, and about 10 years ago tried a little Winston Cup racing. Let's show you what happened that put Darrell Sage in the fence. There are your leaders.
Mike, I don't know whether he had any help or not. It looked like he just went down in there and the back broke loose. He corrected into it and the car took a bite and run towards the wall.
Let's see, there might have been contact prior to that, buddy. Perhaps not.
That's going to be tough to tell.
There's Darrell Sage. Gonna hook up to that car, haul it off, and we'll get back to green flag racing here at Nashville. We'll be right back.
Your car's fuel injectors work like this when they're clean. But when they're clogged and dirty, all you get is a trickle of power that can make your car really run rough and sound out of tune. Pour in Berryman B12 Chem Tool. No expensive tune-up, no dirty hands, just maximum mileage, faster starts, out-of-sight performance. And all for about the price of a bottle of shampoo. Berryman B12 Chem Tool. It just may be the only tool you need for out-of-sight performance.
The men and the machines, the technology and the atrocities, the power and the horror of 100 years of war. The complete history of 20th century conflict, the century of warfare, now available exclusively from Time Life Video. Never before has the entire history of modern conflict been brought together in one comprehensive series. You'll see action you've never seen before, and that you can't get in any store. So call now to get Air War for only $4.99. The Century of Warfare, exclusively from Time Life. It's 100 years of combat footage from both sides. Scenes that you can't get in any store. So call now before it's too late.
For 20th Century of Warfare Air War video, call 1-800-293-3600. Call now or send $4.99 plus $3.49 shipping to the address on your screen.
Well, it's one of those days here at Nashville. Those are raindrops on the roof cam of Tammy Joe's car, but it's raining in turn 1 and not in turn 4.
Mike, you can see right there, blue skies going into turn 1, but look on the film there. You can tell that in-car camera there that the rain's coming down pretty good. That's the aggravating part of the day. It'll rain in one corner and not the other.
Not a good day to be Willard Scott. All right, Darrell Sage climbed out of his car unaided. He is okay. Let's show you what happened again down in turn 1. Hard to tell.
Hard to tell, yeah. He got down in there, and it looked like the car broke loose. And when you turn back into it like that, boy, I mean, it goes right straight up towards the wall.
More a function of the, if new pavement have anything to do with that, I'm reminded they're not on radial tires. They're on bias ply tires in this series. They respond a little
Well,
differently.
it's just new racetrack out there, and when you get out there sideways, there's very little chance of getting it back straight.
So there's the field lined up on the back straightaway. And has it stopped raining? Sure looks like it. I mean, the sun's out in a couple of places around here. It's been a very strange day for weather, folks. We had one hard shower that lasted about 4 minutes and then stopped. They dried the racetrack. We got the event started. Now a little brief shower, and well, now there's a little sunshine again.
Mike, the good part, if it don't rain anymore than it's doing right now, the racetrack has heat in it from the race itself, so it'll dry itself pretty quick.
There you see from that camera shot the sun poking through, but a couple of drops of rain on the lens. So we'll check with NASCAR and see what we'll do here in Nashville, Tennessee, and be back with you live on TNN after this.
Time for a new cobalt blue bench-style front seat cover for your 78 Mercury Zephyr? Try to find that puppy at your everyday auto parts store. Welcome to Pep Boys, one of the biggest parts stores ever, with thousands more parts and accessories for more cars. More seat covers, floor mats, additives, and things smaller stores just can't fit. And, of course, more name brand parts with lifetime warranties and a low price guarantee. Come to Pep Boys and drive away happy.
I didn't see it. I wouldn't believe it.
If I wasn't here, I wouldn't have believed it.
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it.
These people just witnessed an amazing demonstration. We put this Duraloop treated engine through the ultimate torture test. We drained all the oil, all the water, then flooded it with a fire hose. It kept on running because Duraloop protects your engine like no other product can.
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it myself.
Now let Duraloop make a believer out of you. Duraloop, peace of mind in a bottle.
They can make a rough road feel this smooth. They can make the most demanding road feel safer. And right now, Monroe Sensatrack shocks and struts are on sale. Buy 3 and get the 4th one free. That's one safe deal. Buy 3 and get the 4th one free. Only on Monroe Sensatrack, only for a limited time. So go straight to a Monroe Ride Expert Center today or call 1-800-STRUT now.
Welcome back to Nashville, Tennessee, and it's become rainy city, USA today. Scattered showers was the forecast from the morning. We've been actually battling them for 2 days here at the Speedway. On and off rain showers, which may have helped in a way, buddy, to cool this asphalt just a little bit and, you know, help cure this racetrack as we get squared away for 2 big days of racing here at Nashville.
Well, Mike, it looks like the rain has stopped for the moment, and with the racetrack being as warm as it is, we might get back to action pretty quick here.
Yep, not raining or just a little bit of a drizzle right this moment as you have a look at some of the drivers that started this race today lined up under red flag on the backstretch. But it's a big day of racing tomorrow here live on TNN. Kicks off with the Florida Dodge Dealers 400. That's the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series opener tomorrow at noon Eastern Time from Homestead Motorsports Complex south of Miami. Live on TNN, and as soon as that race is over, they'll switch you right here to Nashville. The Bell South Mobility Opryland USA 320 Busch Grand National race right here on TNN Motorsports, where it just doesn't get any closer. And there's also live drag racing here on TNN tomorrow. Big triple header of live action from all around the country. Darrell Sage's car goes up on the hook. Short day for the Gold Star Petroleum, number 21, the Murfreesboro native. And we're under a red flag following this third caution of the day. 26 laps have been completed. Tony Walls has been at the head of the field. They just told him to fire engine, so it looks like we'll have a few laps of caution before we get back to green here. Make sure the track surface is completely dry. So thanks for bearing with us as they roll them off here. We'll come back and give you a look at these all-pro competitors. Right now, let's take a pause from Nashville Speedway USA, and we'll be right back with more action in NASCAR Slim Jim All-Pro Series. You're watching All-Pro Racing live on the Nashville Network.
I can't stop loving.
Now relive your special memories in Country USA. All the top hits by the stars you love.
Crazy.
Call now to get 24 memory-filled hits from 1961. More than 1 full hour of the greatest country hits ever. Just $9.99 on compact disc or cassette.
Sweet dreams of you. I fall to pieces. Don't worry about me.
Then audition other fabulous Country USA albums, each for 10 days. So call now and get Country USA.
To order Country USA, call 1-800-865-7474 or send $9.99 for 1 double-length cassette or 1 CD, plus $3.50 shipping and handling to Country 61, Department 1, Richmond, Virginia.
Mike Skinner Chevy wears the number 3 and lives up to it in every way. But the 95 Series champ better be ready, because this year's contenders are coming on strong. The 1996 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Get on board and hold on tight. It's the Florida Dodge Dealer 400, live Sunday at noon, 11 Central, only on TNN Motorsports.
Highway transportation provided by Cedar Ridge RV Center, Branchville, New Jersey, featuring Winnebago. Call Joe Barbagallo and the folks at 1-800-988-4884, and you'll see why Cedar Ridge is the choice of champions. Welcome back to Nashville. You see the sun is out once again, well, except for turn 1. The sun is out once again, and they're trying to get this surface dried off and get back to racing. Darrell Sage's car comes by to be loaded up. Let's get down to Randy.
Well, Darrell Sage has been taken to the infield care center here. This is his father, Lee. Lee, you had a chance to go in there and see him. Is he okay?
Yes, he's fine. They're just going through a routine check of checking everything out and making sure that there's nothing. But he's fine. He's alert, talking.
Disheartening day for you guys.
Yes, and, you know, the Gold Star people, we had some of our crew members put some money into the car to come down here and run today. So, but that's what we're in racing for. If there wasn't chances in it, well, we probably wouldn't be here. So there's good days and bad days. It's just one of the bad ones.
As they say, better luck next time.
That's right. Thank you very much.
They just asked Tony Walsh on the radio, NASCAR officials in touch with his crew, what the track surface was like. Says it's still just a little bit slick. They'll run a couple more laps of caution here. There's Walsh at the front of the field, that black, red numeral 81. Scott Hansen in white. Steve Alice in the white, number 2. John Crow in that Red Dog 38. And Bobby Hamilton in the number 43. That's the front 5. As they parade around here, getting a little more heat into the racetrack. Tomorrow on this same surface, same station, 300 laps of Busch Grand National racing. As was the case with these earlier showers, it seems the second groove on the racetrack drives a little quicker. The bottom groove still needs a little bit of attention, so a couple more laps here.
Mike, that's the groove.
The
second
groove?
one, yeah, you don't want up there. When you start to go in the corner and you see you're in the second groove, you kind of go, not yet. But right now, they'll drive it pretty quick because these cars are really hot, the headers and all, and they're right down on the ground, so it'll drive the track pretty quick.
Couple more laps of caution. We'll be back to green flag racing here. Sterling Marlin on the pole for tomorrow's Busch race. And Race Talk is tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Ron Hornaday, Dale Earnhardt's driver, with a new sponsor on his race truck. And Mike Skinner, series champion, will be with you right here live on TNN Motorsports.
Mike, you don't get no better than that. Boy, I tell you what, Ron Hornaday, anybody wants to know what he drives like, he's a carbon copy of Dale Earnhardt. Of course, Skinner's the reigning champion in the trucks, and he's done a whale of a job in those cars, in the trucks too. He's just phenomenal.
That truck series is going to be a lot of fun this year, and you'll see a lot of those races right here on TNN. Had a great first year, and a lot of growth in the series for year number 2. Let's check with Randy. He's in the leader's pit.
Well, we hate to keep talking about tire management, but I'm going to do it one more time still early on in this race. Tony Walls is leading this race. Talked to his crew chief just moments ago, said, if this guy pressures me, speaking of Hansen, I'm going to go ahead and let him go because we're going to save some stuff for a few laps into this race. So that's the strategy. If he gets a little too much pressure, going to go ahead and let Hansen go and just follow him around for a while.
You know, Mike, when you hear somebody say that, though, you get in that outside lane and you can go from 1st to 25th, and you'll have to use the tires up more than you would if you stay in front trying to get back to the front again.
Yeah, we saw what happened to pole sitter Matt Hutter when he got caught in the high groove. He got shuffled pretty well back in the running order. Hutter right now in 6th place. Hansen got underneath him, and 3 more cars got back before he jumped into line in front of Mike Garvey. I'll show you where everybody's running here at 31 laps. Tony Walls, Scott Hansen, Steve Allison, John Crow, Bobby Hamilton, the top 5. Pole sitter Matt Hutter. And on back through Matt Kenseth in 10th spot. There's the rest of your top 20. You see Rick Crawford's moved up 4 spots. And the 25 car, that's Wayne Anderson out of Florida. We expect he'll be tough today. Back through the 20th position, that's Scott Walters. And back through 30th place, that's where number 23 is Scott Sutherland, who made those pit stops under the first caution flag. And you see out of the race from 37th on back. 1 lap and we'll go racing. I'll give you a look at where your